Okay, this screencast is just going to show you and step you through how to use Teacher Dashboard and hopefully help you get on your way of using it in your classroom. So the first thing you need to do is to open up Chrome, and Teacher Dashboard runs really well inside Chrome, and then make sure that you're in your Concordia account, and if you are, you should have a picture of you up here. I'm just going to check by going to my drive to see what account I am, because I have a couple of accounts. It asks me to choose my Concordia account, and then once again we log in through our system so that we are in our Concordia Google account. When that comes up, you'll see that you'll come up with, I've got Drive sitting here, which has our Concordia logo on the left hand side. But if you've already come into this tab here and you're already open, you'll have either a picture of yourself or a blue icon here. If you move the mouse up to it and click on it, it will tell you what account you're in. So this says it's my account and it's managed by Concordia College. So that's the one we need to be in. Once you are here, what you need to do is to enter the URL that you were given in an email that's been sent to you that will enable you to get into the Teacher Dashboard. I have then dropped it over here and put it onto my favorites bar so I can go to it any time, and that's a link that takes you to your Teacher Dashboard, which will have your classes in it. So when we click on that, what happens is it opens up like this, and up comes the Teacher Dashboard for Concordia. Okay, it's quite good. It's got my name at the top, so I know that I'm there, and I can log in and log out if I need to. All your classes will be here, and I'll have the class code in it as well. So I've got my Maths Apps class here, and it's 12MCN03. So if I click on that, it will then open up that class for me in Teacher Dashboard. And what it does is it shows me a folder that has been created by Teacher Dashboard that lives in their Google account. So once again, for them to see it, they have to be logged into their Concordia Google account, the same way that you have, and when they go to Drive, they'll find a folder in there which is called Mathematical Applications 12MCN03 2015, and this is the folder that I can see as well. Anything they put in that folder I have access to and I can see, and if I want to distribute materials, I can distribute it to that folder. I find it easy just to have the students put all their documents in there so you can actually help them for your subject, that is. So if they are working on a document that you want to be able to help them with, this is the best place to go to. The nice thing about this is I can see really quickly what's happening in my class. At the moment I've got it set to 3 items. You can change it up to 5 or 15 or 25, but depending on how big your class is. A couple of things that it shows you, which is good. It will show you the last time that it was updated. So if you set them a task for homework and you put it in their drive or in their folder here, and you ask them to do it for homework, you can quickly scan to see whether it's actually been opened overnight or actually it's been updated, which is pretty cool. You've got some buttons on the top here. You can open them, you can send the student an email, and you can also open an individual learning plan that's attached to that, but we're not using that functionality at the moment. So let's have a look at what happens. If I scroll my mouse over this one that Juliana's done, you can get a really quick little screenshot of what is happening, so I can actually see what's in that document really quickly without actually having to open it. If I double click and open it up, the document will open up, and if Juliana's working in it, then I'll be working in it at the same time. You can see it, so we both have editing rights to this as well. So this is the document that she's been working on. It's like a homework task that I sent to them. So that's sitting in there as well, so that's pretty cool. That's probably the best thing about it. The other thing that you can do, which will save, I find saves lots of time, instead of photocopying an article or a document or an assignment sheet that I want them to do to hand it out to them that might be lost, I can send them a copy of an assignment to all students in the class that they can do, and then I can actually monitor it and see what's going on. So for something like if we're doing a class task, I can send it to all of them. They've got it in their drive. As long as they've kept it there, they won't lose it because it's always backed up. They don't need to save it because it's always backed up, and I have access to it, so I can give them comments and feedback at any time as they're working on that document or that task, which is really good for homework or really good for those longer folio or project type tasks. So the way we do that is on the left hand side up here, there's a little button called Smart Copy. If you click on that, it actually says, okay, Smart Copy, select a document to copy. So you need to have a document ready to go that you can copy with it. It must be sitting in your Concordia Google Drive for this to be able to access it, and then it will grab it and send it out to the kids. If you have something that's on ManageBack that you want to be able to send out through this, you can download it from ManageBack, upload it into your Google Drive, and then send it out to the students. You can then edit and help them with it. You can give them feedback, you can see how they're going, and you can give them progressive marks. When they have finished the assignment, they can download it and upload it into ManageBack. This gives you the functionality of being able to comment and give feedback to students as they are going, rather than at the end. So let's show you how we actually select an existing document. So I select the existing document. It will then go to my Google Drive, and I want to get my shares practice. Let's see what comes up with this. I want to distribute to my students a shares practice test that I've made before. And Chris Nicola made that last year, but we share the work together. So I'm going to click on that, which is great. Go select, and then go next. And now what happens is I have a whole lot of options. I can send a copy to them, which is an individual one is sent for each student, and they can edit it and I can edit it. A share read only one, which they can go to it and they can read it. They can view and copy it, but they can't edit it. They can share read comment, which means they can share it, they can read and they can comment on it, or they just share read write. Shared with students, they can edit the document and all the changes are visible to all other students, but I just want this to go just to them. So I go next, and it's got shares practice test 1, and now I can put a couple of little operands in so I can personalize it for each kid also, so I know who is doing what. So if I do the percentage button and F, then the percentage button and L, it will then put their first and last name in there. If I want to do Mary Smith shares practice test, I then would just put that before that title. You can actually change the title of that if you want, but I like shares practice test and I like it for Mary Smith. If I then go next, it will then ask me whether I want to select the whole class or select by group. Because you can set up differentiated groups in here, it means that you can actually pick a different group. So you can differentiate within your class by allocating them a different color, and then all you do is pick the group that you want. But I want everyone to have this because it's a task that we want to do. I then go next, and if it'll ask you to either overwrite or put a new copy in there, I know they haven't got this, it asks me all the students it's going to go to. It gives me a little print of what it's going to look like, and then I go smart copy. And what this will now do is in the background there, it'll just start wearing away and start copying out those tasks for the students. It can take a bit of time to do this, and that's just because it's actually getting each one, renaming it and putting it in their drive. We'll come back and have a look in a tick to see what it looks like to you once they have been copied and are sitting in their drive. So when it's finished, you'll find that it's got a list of all the students there, and it's all been copied for them, and a big tick next to being against it saying it's been done. So now when I go look at their folders and just refresh this page, what you'll find is that inside their folders now is a copy of that document with their name on it. So it means that they've all got a copy, and you can have a bit of a squeeze at what's going on. So you can now see that Abby's now got the practice test in there, and it was put in there by me.